My land that you celebrate 50. Some call you a little baby. Others say you Johnny come lately. Oh, yo, but they don't know about your history. All the things you have been through was too much for you. Yet you had resilience to stand them. Revolution, intervention, and coup. Yet you produce some beautiful children. This is the land that has famous people like Junior Murray. This is the land, Anderson Peters and Champion Kirani. Land of my birth. Let's celebrate 50, we cannot let off my birth. Let's celebrate 50, it would be great. This is the land, we produce people like the mighty Sparrow. This is the land, Randy Isaac, Becky, we did a Jamo. Land of my birth. Let's celebrate 50, we cannot let off my birth. Let's celebrate 50, it would be great. We don't talk much about your troubles, no, no. You have been through many struggles, that's true. Yet you rose up from the rubbles, yeah, yeah. Proving resilience as a people. Storms and hurricane, yet you came back again. Even COVID-19 couldn't stop you. So much destructive human try to destroy this island. Yet we're standing strong as a nation. This is the land, let's remember the godfather of this country. This is the land, the right honorable Eric Matthew Gary. Land of my birth. Let's celebrate 50, we cannot let off my birth. Let's celebrate 50, it will be great. This is the land, yeah, Mary Shokit, Mitchell and Deacon. This is the land, some strong leaders that come from this island. Land of my birth. Let's celebrate 50, we cannot let off my birth. Let's celebrate 50, it would be great. Big celebration for my little island. Let's celebrate, oh, let us celebrate. Big celebration for my little island. Let's celebrate, whoa, whoa, let us celebrate. Let's celebrate 50, we made it to half a century. Let's celebrate, whoa, whoa, come, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate 50, we made it to half a century. Let's celebrate, yeah, yeah, let's celebrate. Whoa. This is the land, we have got Felix and Jennifer hosting. This is the land, Maurice Bishop, Howard Blaze and George Prison. Land of my birth. Let's celebrate 50, we cannot let off my birth. Let's celebrate 50, it will be great. This is the land, we have Killer Boys, it all free and squeezy. This is the land, Dash Terra Thunder and Little Natty. Land of my birth. Mr. Lex, King Scholar, Teacher Eddie. Land of my birth. Valley Ned and Lady Cindy. Land of my birth. Lava Man, Unistack and Electrify. Land of my birth. Whoa, 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 whoa. Land of my birth. I just cannot mention everybody. Land of my birth. All Grenadians just sing this song with me. Land of my birth. Land of my birth. Land of my birth. Land of my birth. Land of my birth.
Son, I want to hear the youths walking in the dark. I want to hear. When I was a little fella growing right here in this land, I used to see the other little fella showing respect to the elder one. But today, around the corner, all of that changed entirely. Today they mashing you, bouncing you, pushing, shooting you without saying sorry. Like if we walking in the dark, like if we walking in the dark. As long as man have no respect for man, man how to catch good hell in this land. Like if we walking in the dark, like if we walking in the dark. As long as man have no respect for man, man how to catch good hell in this land. Hey! I want to hear you. Let me hear you. When I was a little fella growing right here in this land. I used to see a lot of ma and papa showing respect to little children. But today, he got some ma and papa going to be the children downfall. Because a lot of us just studying cash, not studying to train we kids at all. Like if we walking in the dark, I like walking in the dark. As long as man have no respect for man, man how to catch good hell in this land. Like if we walking in the dark, like if we walking in the dark. As long as man have no respect for man, man how to catch good hell in this land. Hey! I want to hear you. I want to hear you. When I was a little fella, growing in my parents' place, just before I go to take my supper, I had to bow and say my grace. But today, it got some little fella, my friend, to tell them come and eat. They would not give thanks to the man above, neither the one that have them on their feet. Like if we walking in the dark, like if we walking in the dark. As long as man have no respect for man, man how to catch good hell in this land. Like if we walking in the dark, like if we walking in the dark. As long as man have no respect for man, man how to catch good hell in this land. Hey! I wanna hear, I wanna hear.
Good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
I understand. I am so disappointed in man. Man make me cry, tears run from my eye. And all I could ask is what's the reason why? Cause man fighting power, he fighting greed. Oh God, man making blunders for selfish need. Man gon' call your brother, but man so slack.
You know what? Yeah.
Say man with a dagger, stabbing your back. Mesmerized, shocker, still in dismay. Look how they treat me in the folk fair the other day. Chucky was thunder, Chucky was tough. Chucky was power, Chucky was rough. All politicians respected this Calypsonian, who always seemed to look out for the poor man. But since Daphne Philip brainwashed the brother and make Chucky director of culture, since he get big position, he start acting strange. It's amazing how people could change. As they get in power, their plans rearrange. It's amazing how people could change. You're bound to agree. It's lies we're on in this whole country. Look at Chucky boil right down like Baji. Lies we're on in this whole country.
Yes, indeed. Had to be lies that run in this whole country, man. Jeez, Anna. Yes, indeed. Saying a special good night to each and every one of you joining us. Those of you who have joined us via the We Noise Radio. It's out there in Brooklyn. Good night to you, Wade. Hope you're having a fabulous night tonight. Yeah.
Unassuming, hard to understand. One day man could be.
Let me say a special good night to all of you joining us via the YouTube. I'll do the normal roll call tonight, yeah.
Divisive.
And good night to all of you joining us via the Facebook.
If God was on earth, man make God cry. When I hear we send Peter did to Christ, man does appear good, but man not nice. A man who used to fight to get criminals free, today that same man preaching righteousness to we. Check most of the cases that Ramesh won.
You know what? Yeah, instead of trade that thing, let me play a local one for you all. Yeah, let me play a local one. We will try a local, right? Nice.
Take it to a different level. Tell the can stop all the makiki and go have on the country. For those who don't understand, everything is a gala, van is gala and more gala. Be a gala in Miami, also New York City, gala in Toronto, even London also is gala and more gala. But while they dining, partying and they having fun, some people don't know where the next meal coming from. People dying while they fetting, and the authority don't care nothing. Everything is gala. We had the best prime minister. Everything is gala. They even praising his sleepers. But I say I must confess, nowadays I cannot rest. I'm suffering with gala stress. Hey, do that, 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 yeah. Hit it up. Hey, hey, hey. I tell you, big increase in gun crime. Still EPM going online. Well, this is the nation cry. He don't care who live or die, but gala, and more gala. People panic, they afraid to sleep. Country lacking leadership. Some searching for answer. Not one word to the media, but gala, and more gala. But while they dining, partying, and they having fun, we shooting one another with gun. People dying while they fetting, and to the authority that's nothing. Everything is gala. We are the best prime minister. Is to hear them gala. They even praising his sleepers. But I say I must confess, nowadays afraid to rest. I suffering with gala stress. Poor people frightened, afraid to talk. PM meeting with knife and fork. Dressing fancy clothing, while in Radisson jamming in gala and more gala. Independent man, big fanfare. Drone flying everywhere. They have no discipline. They start roadside vending for gala and more gala. But while they dining, partying and they having fun, some people don't know where the next meal coming from. People dying while they fetting, and to the authority that's nothing. Everything is gala. We are the best prime minister. If to hear them gala, they even praising his sleepers. But I say I must confess, nowadays I cannot rest. I suffering with gala stress. Hey, 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 Bobilin. Hey, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm appealing to you to come home and work with your people. Hey!
Yeah. I ain't think really ready for the next song yet. Let me see the numbers then. Nah, I ain't fine. Folks, hit the like button if you want to hear the new song. Yeah, if you well, no, that was just one of the new songs. I have a next song, but I ain't playing it yet until I see my numbers looking the way they need to look. But folks, we're going to keep the phone lines open throughout the entire program tonight. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Yes, we're going to keep the phone numbers open throughout the entire program tonight as much as possible, except when we're playing clips, right? Nice, yeah. 440-7377. Let me say a special good night to our listeners out there in Canada, North America in general. Those of you out there, even in Alaska, yes, we do have listeners out there in Alaska. Whichever part of the U.S. you are, Washington State, California, Washington, D.C., yeah, Maryland, those of you in New York, Florida, Texas, we say a special good night, Canada, North Carolina, South Carolina, those of you up in Canada, in Alberta, yeah, those of you in Toronto, Ontario, wherever you are, we want to say a special good night to each and every one of you. Hope that you all are having an absolutely fabulous night tonight, you know. In fact, you know what? Yeah, we go play the song now, you know, and then we will come back and play it a little later again. So let me play our next one for you here.
Get ready for the onslaught. Your mother, they think they get away off. I'm a real bad man. I was the first one to win independence from 3 times in a row. But they never even invite me to one of their independence show. They say me out, man Kelly, singing political songs like we have an ulterior motive to bring the government down. But I tell them, hold on, wait a while. I will let political vampires grab my style. They could take a look at all my independence songs. I never sing politics, always write some sweet lyrics. So I don't know where they get their stinking idea from. Hey, somebody tell my colleague a mistake they make to run with young song. I'm in town real long, I know what is going on. They could leave me out from semi-final, that will never stop me at all. I'm in town real long, I know what is going on. They had their thing well planned to give the shanty man, so they leave out them bad man. They know they go take the ground, up the Paris set, so they make a big man wet. They say that we ain't good, we can need that yellow food. Hey!
Good night to Buffalo before these people stone me.
Disrespectful.
Young song.
Labeling man. I'm a real bad man. It's all a show of failure that living down by me. Well, one day he disrespect me because I asked him for my money. Then he went up in the ministry when he was in charge of culture. And he gave them strict instruction, don't give me no for Carriacou. Somebody tell me stop studying for me. Carriacou weekend, well, I made the most money. Because when I run out in me nice clean Toyota, I trap people all over. I call like US dollar. But I never make my body roll under my queen car. Hey, somebody tell this banger wrong. A mistake he make to with young song. I'm in town real long. I know what is going on. I want him to explain to the people how we got his driver's license. I'm in town real long. I know what is going on. You take them people land and try to be love stand. And then you walking wrong like you with some big badge, and when puzzle pulley barricade, you fly up in a rage. That's why baby Jesus, he got you ignorant. Hey! Whoa, boy! Up to you. For the wrong things. Wrong man to deal with. I'm a real bad man. I know some people will never like the fire that I'm spitting out. So all who can stand the heat, just come and boss me in me mouth. As when scholar running up in mouth and keep me chill and in peeing like system set all. You that be jumping and clapping for you. Some people bad when they don't hate just for the lie. I got they don't do anything to me so wrong and right. So right now I really don't give a damn what critics say. I come with the gun blessing, I don't spend anything. So nobody cannot tell me what the hell to sing. Hey. Well, keep me chest selling passport and they want to strangle him like a goat. I'm in town real long, I know what is going on. No passport selling more than rum in shop. I don't hear nobody talking about that. I'm in town real long, I know what is going on. Bullets flying like butt, but I don't hear in a word. From the commissioner, neither the prime minister. Everybody mouth and lock, no one is afraid to talk. Right now I will say it blunt, I don't hear fucking more, hey boy. Collect real CBI money boy. But I hear most of it outside there. I like about to say is in Dubai. You see right now? Out and bad, out and bad, out and bad. This year, out and bad, out and bad, out and bad.
Yes indeed, that's 2024. Yeah, young song, disrespectfulness. Young song is you and them judges. 4407377. Yes. Buffalo, you see, I shout all you out. Nice. 4407377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. And let me just play something here for you all. Yeah, you know I like to play my thing and them. Right. So there was a press conference today. I honestly, I didn't get a chance to look over the entire thing, but there was one thing while looking it over, one thing did jump out at me. one thing did jump out at me. All right, so let me just play what it is that kind of jump out at me. My goodness, yeah. Let me hear what the Prime Minister and them had to say there, and let me hear what some of them had to say there. Yeah.
Yes, sorry about that earlier. Good morning to you and the members of the panel. My question is, the first question is to the Minister for Finance. With regard to the suspending of the escape clause, can you tell us when that will be done and what is the period of time that will be in place for?
Well, I can say that we have had extensive dialogue and discussion at cabinet level yesterday, and we have, based on the submission, we have certain things to still fine-tune and clean up. Certainly after that, we should be able to at least take that position next Monday and be able to at least inform the general public on the way forward with some of the measures.
Now, within 24 hours, I think on the third news conference after burial, the Prime Minister announced that you had written to the international partners seeking a suspension of the loan agreements. Have you heard back from them, and what is the decision made with regard to that?
We have not sought a suspension of the loan agreements. What we have done is basically interact with them and utilize the measures that we are allowed under the loan agreement to defer payments if needs be. We began the process even before burial hit us on Grenada because we were aware, based on the meteorological information, that Grenada was likely to be impacted by Hurricane Beryl, and therefore, days before Beryl hit us, we already put things in motion to ensure that we can interact with our partners at the World Bank, IMF, and other entities that we borrow from.
And my friend.
Yeah, so folks, I'll come back to that. Let me take this call. Oops, yeah, let me make sure. Okay, wrong one. Yes. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, bro.
Good night, sir.
How things going?
I'm great, man. You go right ahead. You're live.
I say good night to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique. And I got one question. Well, my prayers are for them. But the question I got for you is that can the policeman stop you home without any reason just to search you? I heard you said something last night, and I wanted to get that clarified.
No, if they are suspicious of illegal activity taking place, they can make inquiries.
Suspicious is not a crime?
Well, I'm no lawyer. Neither have I ever been a member of the Royal Grenada Police Force, but I know from time to time they do carry out various searches, and so I understand what they're doing. For instance, if you're going to an activity and they have like roadblock and they're searching, they're trying to protect the people going to the activity, so I don't really have a problem with it, yeah?
I understand that, but your constitutional rights, you gotta be committed a crime or what have you to be detained or arrested or such by police, or is search and seizure. You gotta be committed a crime for that. You can be a suspicion of a crime is not a crime.
Well, what I can say is if the police suspect a crime, I believe they can make inquiries. But again, I'm no lawyer.
Making inquiries.
No, hold on. I am no lawyer, nor am I aware of the laws surrounding this issue. So I don't want to go and pontificate on it as though I know what I'm speaking of. I don't know. So I would have to get a lawyer. One of the lawyers who is on the program, because there are several of them that listen on a nightly basis, they will message me and they would clear that up for us.
Yes, that would be great. And I'll tap back later with your program. I'll go hang out in Milwaukee now.
Okay,
so
my brother.
Stay good.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, love you all.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
All right. Yes, indeed, folks. 4407377. That's 4407377. And we have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Squats.
Hi, good night. How are you doing? That song has Carriacou.
Yes, it is.
All right. Lulu.
Well, trying to cook. I need to call because there are a lot of things happening, and the so-called authorities saying that we should work together. But if that is working together, then I want to see what is not working together. But they're saying we should come together and work to do this and to do that. Man, these people is a bunch of jokers, man. And I don't, watch me, I said this with no remorse and no sympathy, and I don't want nobody to tell me nothing. Anybody play the calling me to tell me nothing, I go deal with them according to plan. These people and them, let me tell you something. Sometimes they don't say the people in authority doesn't know what's happening. Let me tell you something. I like to speak, and I like to speak plain. Every maybe have his way about him, but as I said, and I would say to anybody, the first set of supplies that we got in the house where we are, there are approximately 10 of us in where I am at, and the first set of supplies we got was from him. He showed no favor to me. I don't know if he would have done it anywhere else. I'm hearing all kind of stories from this and that and the other, but I can attest to it to say this is what he did when we was on the road going to Harveyville, and he flag us down and he say, listen, all come, stop and get some supplies, whatever, you understand? But he have a man where they in charge of the ministry up here where feel he's the draconian leader and he go rule for the rest of his life, King John Una. And he feel Carriacou is the own and he could do what he wants. You know what old people say? Do as much as you want, but not for as long as you like. The next thing is, I've gotten complaints from people on the south, further south from me, who said that there are individuals on a truck giving water. And when they label everybody, and they know who is NNP and they know who is NDC, and they are saying that, oh, this is not time for this, let's work together. But if all you saying let's work together, and then when all you giving out supplies that all you gonna give people with scam courtesy, and then give a person one because you perceive them to be associated with the NNP, and you will give another person 3 because you and them have the same face. That's what they're saying. Oh, we have the same face. Listen to me. I had the encounter. We had to run, chase a truck yesterday to get water, and the truck down the road. I am a little way up the hill, and the truck down the road, and a lady calling on the road, calling to say, stop, look, some people coming, and the truck driver driving, going. I want them to know that the supplies does not belong to them. It is for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and not for them alone. I want them to know that I am mad, I am upset. Do not treat people like that. They see what happened here. A category 5 hurricane nearly sweep the whole island and nearly kill everybody, and that is the way that they still continue to live and to behave. Or people say, take warning. I hope they take in warning. It is very sad, Scott. It is very sad, and it is very heartbreaking, and it is very troubling to hear the stories of some people. You understand? What they fail to realize is that Carriacou have a lot of by roads. If you're not on the main, it is more than likely that you do not get the supplies. And when people complain, I am not saying that they are lying. There are people who saying, oh, they're making up story and the this and the that and the other. I personally went down to the port and I made a statement saying that there are people to the top of me and there are people to the bottom. Come on, look for people. Everybody cannot be on the main, and everybody does not live on the main.
Hello?
It is. Hello?
Yeah, you went off for a moment there. Yeah, we're hearing you now.
I said everybody does not live on the main road, and everybody cannot be on the main. You have to send people in all the by roads, be it Leicester, Lauriston, Windward, Dover, Mount Pleasant, in every nook and cranny of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And it is very troubling. It is troubling when I hear the stories of some people. Let me tell you something. For how much days now I'm waiting for a tarpaulin? Thank God I get it. Thank God I get it. And it is sad to know that some people, they say, let's get together and do this and let's do that. And can you imagine that some people are so desperate that they want to charge people $1,000 to help you put a tarpaulin over your house?
$1,000 to put up a tarpaulin.
$1,000. Some people charging $300. Some people charging you $1,000. A lady spoke to me today and she said how they wanted $1,000, but they did not get that $1,000. And let me tell you something. I want to make special mention of a young man in Leicester. He has a business, Davidson Alexis. I applaud him. He's the only person that I know who has not changed his price. All the other places where you go, they jack up their price. But you know something? God is not a sleeping God. You see that young man they call Davidson Alexis, Papa God is going to bless him. And his pocket is going to be bountiful. You understand? Because he's the only person, the only individual that I know that has not changed any of his prices. Instead of that, he gave away more than 1,000 cases of water. And he constantly gives away things when you go to the store. God bless that man and God bless his pocket. I don't understand. These people and them, the hurricane come and it destroyed Carriacou, and these people and them feel that it is an opportunity to rip off people. Imagine today, some people came from Grenada on a tuna boat and selling ice for $15 a bag. Oh, Jesus, Lord. I tell you, and we can't get money already because bank mash up, this mash up, that mash up. It's all right. God is good and we go survive.
$15 a bag, you said, you know.
It is sad, Scott. It is very, very sad. It is very, very sad. And to the people out in the diaspora that are putting stuff together and sending stuff for us, we appreciate it. But I'm saying this to say that the efforts are not going in vain, but the supplies are not reaching certain people. I don't care who want to vex with me, but the supplies are not reaching certain people. Who want to vex, let them vex. I don't care who vex. And that is the truth. You understand? And I ain't looking for fame. I ain't looking for props. I ain't looking for nothing. I have been a volunteer with NADMA for more than 20 years. This year would have made 20 years for us, me and a couple other ladies. And I have also been a volunteer with Red Cross. Unfortunately, I am unwell, so I am not volunteering around this time. And I don't exist for them.
Well, and
thank God Red Cross come and look for me.
Folks may say that you're just saying you're unwell, but I know for a fact, because we speak, that you did a surgery just a couple days before the hurricane. In fact, the hurricane came with you still having stitches.
For that matter, the hurricane, when the hurricane was passing, I had stitches. I had to remove the stitches on that very day. And then the next day, I had to walk into town to the health center where the hospital is operating from now to remove the stitches on the Tuesday. Yes, and I removing stitches on Tuesday would not go and harass myself or go and make myself uncomfortable to go and volunteer and work anywhere to please anybody or to help anybody. I am just not going to do it because I am not well. I hear all the critics and I hear all the comments, but who knows me and who knows Louis Joseph know that in a case like this, if I was well, I would be in front line.
Oh boy.
But I don't regret. I am happy at the space that I'm in. Thank God to my family, some of my relatives abroad. In their house is me and a couple others. Thank God we still have a shelter over our head. And Scott, this is mentally troubling. And I so wish and I so hope that the people in authority would get some counselors on island to at least go village to village and go to the places like houses or where you see people shacking up to give counseling. It is desperately needed. And that is a clarion call for the people, especially the people in social development, the people that are responsible for the social well-being of this nation. They need to do something and do it now. That's my contribution.
Thank you very
Have
much.
a good night.
And from now on, thank you very much, Miss Carriacou. All right, my dear. You stay well.
All right. Okay, bye-bye.
Yes, that's our good friend Louise out there in Carriacou, giving us a little update on some of the things that are happening there. And indeed, it is, if you know Carriacou, you know there are some places on the inside. And you have to actually go down in those areas. If you're providing relief, you have to actually make the effort and go down in those areas. If you stick to the main, if you just pass with a loudspeaker and you tell people we're on the main and we're giving out here, we're giving out here, in many of those instances, the people down there will not receive. Yeah, especially if you're just reaching at a crossroad or a junction and you're delivering aid at that point in time. Sometimes by the time the people who are living lower down come out, you're gone already. Everything is given away or you're gone to the next location. So at least by this time, I would have expected that some community mapping and community engagement should have taken place, understanding and needs assessment of each community, and within each community, each household or shelter. And as such, NADMA should have a clear understanding of who, what, where, and how they are going to deliver stuff into those areas. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, Sheldon. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine. You go right ahead. You're live.
Sheldon, let me ask one question. Who living in the house in Carriacou, the house escape?
As far as I know right now, the electricity workers who have come up from Grenada are being housed there. And some of the workers from the Ministry of Health, have been informed, are also being housed there. The people who lose their houses in Carriacou, nada, no.
So, where are the workers living?
His workers, as in the people who are attached to his ministry, his department?
Uh-huh.
I am unaware of where they are.
Okay, right in there, and I get from good sources.
So they're there
right
as well?
In there.
Okay.
A lot of them besides electricity, a lot of them occupied it.
Also, it's good enough for them, but it's not good enough for the people of Carriacou and Petit
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And I keep saying, I'm not sorry. Some of the people, I mean, it's a disaster, but when you think about it, I'm not sorry for some of them because you know why? Bad mindedness. They tired with keep picture, they want them there. So they get a right set of people to deal with them.
All right, my dear.
Too bad mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so very much.
All right.
All right. 4407377, and we have another caller online. Hello?
Mr. Scott, hello, good night. It's me again. Yeah. I forgot and I want to really
and you know
acknowledge
you're getting a short time since you were there long, eh? Go ahead.
Yes, but I want to acknowledge and place on record and appreciate our appreciation for Samaritan Pos. They are doing a remarkable job in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. You hear they tell you, let go and let God. Well, God's showing up in Carriacou. God is well represented throughout Carriacou and Petit Martinique in the Samaritan Pos. That is what I want to say. And we want to say thank you.
Bye,
They're reaching out to every nook and cranny.
All right. Thank you so very much, my dear. You know how to get a minute. All right, thanks.
Yeah. I know I stayed long and my time is up. Anyway, have a good night.
All right, thank you. Yes, indeed. No, I let the Carriacou people talk. When the people call in from Carriacou, you have to give them the opportunity to talk. They are the ones who hand in the fire, you know. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello? Hello, good night. Okay, that person has hung up. 4407377 347-329-3101. We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott. How are you?
I'm quite fine. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are we?
Hey, are we? How things, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I'm good. I sent you a photo today. I don't know if you got it.
I saw it just before I started the program. I saw that photo. It is of your aunt who has now taken 100 years of age.
Saturday gone.
What's her name?
Saturday gone.
What's her name, though?
Eldika Simmons.
And she's of where?
Eldika Simmons, Montparnasse, Coconut Road.
All right, wonderful. And of course, the greetings
Yeah.
of the entire Talking Points family to her and to you and the entire family. And I hope you all celebrated in a special way with her.
Yeah, it was good, man. I mean, little as it is, I mean, we got to satisfy with whatever it is. Because I talked to you about it. I supposed to call you Monday, but I come from work, Sheldon, and I was there, so I couldn't log on to you on the program. But she's good.
All right, wonderful, wonderful, man. Make sure she gets our greetings.
Well, I will do that tomorrow when I come from work.
Okay. All right, my brother.
Yeah, because my mom died at 93, and that's her only sister remaining, but she celebrated 100 years. But what I really call to say, Sheldon, between me and you, towards the social service, I recommend them to that. Yeah, they came to her, they had a little chat, they relaxed with her, and I feel good with that today.
Mm-hmm. They usually, when a person gets to 100, they usually have a special ceremony for them from the Ministry of Social Services, Social Development. They usually have, well, no, both of those are different ministries, but they usually have a special ceremony with them. Yeah, so I don't know if that's what they came to do at this time, or they're coming back to do that, or so, or if they still do that, I'm not sure.
But what I suggest, like the bigger people who really involved in that, them is in Carriacou, so we have to give them exception from that. Yeah, but I mean, there's 2 people came today, and which was good. But Sheldon, what I really want to talk about, yeah? Totally speaking. Yeah?
And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to start limiting the time because other people are calling too. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes. Go right ahead. Yeah. No, your time is limited, but go ahead. Yeah.
Not problem. What I'm saying, I mean, within Carriacou, I think if couple of the builders could get generators from Grenada toward Nadma to try to build back, I mean, I could shelter over the people here. That would be good, because using hand saw in this time, it don't make sense. So what I think the government should do, like people who really volunteer to build back a local shelter over people, once they could get the electrical or the generator to do them kind of work, I think it will be a big plus.
Well, let's
no, seriously,
because I know that there is an attempt by at least our good friend Ziggy, who calls in, and he has been sharing that he's been trying his very best. He even came down to the mainland in search of a generator.
Am I listening to a couple of nights? I think it was yesterday or the day before, which he came down. A guy promised him to sell him a generator. He went to Nanma, and apparently he didn't get one. You understand? But we're building back for a shelter over our home is very good, because if I just start coming within the next 3 weeks, a month, it will be a real problem up there.
All right.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Of course. Are we? We're going to talk again.
Yeah.
You have a wonderful one. All right. Thank you.
You have a good night. Okay.
All right. Yes, indeed. And folks, just remember, those of you that may have access to, even if it's a small generator that you're willing to donate, and so let us know so we could contact Ziggy. If you know how to get in contact with Ziggy yourself, get in contact with Ziggy so that at least that could be started and some folks can have a roof back over their head. We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night to you, Mr. Scott.
Hi, good night.
And good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Pussy Martin.
Miss Matheson.
Yes, good night to you.
It's wonderful hearing your voice.
Oh, God. We're suffering, and the suffering is still there, but it's a bit easier now. Mr. Scott, I suffered, and I'm sorry for anybody who was in my shoe. I'm really sorry for them. With this hurricane that passed by, it's only God that saved Carriacou and Petit Martinique and Grenada too, part of Grenada. but God is good. And
All
what
the
the
time.
sister said, the sister talked about the people who helped me to put the tarpaulin on the house. She spoke the truth. They're charging you, everybody got different price. I paid over $500 to put mine. And I've got no quarrel with that. I've got no bones with that. But I spoke to a friend this afternoon, and she paid $1,000. She paid $1,000 to put a tarpaulin on a house. A house is not that big. And they're taking advantage of the people of Carriacou people. The people taking advantage, the workmen and them. And they shouldn't be doing that. At this point, I live off the road. And I haven't seen no official government come to visit me. I could have starved and died. I haven't seen no one. I had surgery and I'm unable to do what I want. My house filled with water. My husband had to bail out the water. Thank God my daughter was here and she helped. And I mean, what is happening is really bad. And thank God, as the sister said, she gave thanks to the Samaritan people, those ones who helping.
Samaritan purse, yeah.
Yes, I'm really, really appreciate them. They are the only one who came and see me this afternoon. They brought me a gift, but I say thanks to them. And they come and never look at my house. They said, yes, the tarpaulin is there, but is the water still coming through? But it's not as bad as before. I still could have a rest. But at the end of the day, she said she's going to help me. She's going to bring some sticky tape and stick it down for me. But what they're doing is bad. If I didn't go out to get water, we would not have get anything. Nobody give us anything. One girl, she gave me a case of water, and I appreciated that. That was earlier because she realized the people in my village wasn't getting anything at all. And when she see what was happening, she rushed go and meet them, and she take water and she bring for us. And I really appreciate that. But the other people, the government, official government people, they don't know if I exist because we're up on the hill. We're not far from the road, the main road, but we're up on the hill. And at least they could have done better than that. Carriacou is not that big. You're driving around Carriacou, maybe half an hour, and at least an hour, or less than an hour. You could do that. But they're not looking for the people. They're not looking. And when it was Ivan, Keith Mitchell, they used to have a group of people in every constituency going around checking to see if everybody is all right. We had a few of them came to me. That was during Ivan, after Ivan. They came and they checked to see, are you all right? Do you need anything? No, you're not seeing that. When you look at the village, it's like a ghost town. It's dead. You're not even seeing a dog. Nothing. Nobody passing. And if the truck passing, they're passing so quickly that I can't run down the hill to get anything, but they're driving so quickly, you can't catch up with them. They just leave you behind. So you have to meet them on the main road, meet them on the road. I haven't got no little children to send, so they're not treating Carriacou people good. Some of them, they're coming around, official people coming around. I heard, but I never seen them. They're not asking you, are you all right? They're not sending someone. But the Samaritan, they came, and thank God for them. They came and they looked for me, and they promised to come back again. So I give them thanks. So we're praying that Carriacou will pick up again. I pray that Carriacou, because when I look at Carriacou when I see Haiti on the television, the only thing we need is the bandits with gun in their hand. That's all. But to me, they're not treating Carriacou people good. They are not. And I'm voicing my opinion, and I couldn't care less. Who want to hear, let them hear. Whatever they want to do, let them do. I couldn't care less. I live in Carriacou, and we're supposed to stand up for our rights. And I stand up, and I'm waiting for them. And I want to see them, official or not. You're supposed to look for your people. You don't want people from overseas to come and see your people, to come and check on them to see if they're right. You are the government of the day. You have people assigned to do such work. Send them around to meet the people in the village. Ask people about them. But they're not asking nobody about, well, I never heard nobody come and ask me anything except the Samaritan people come. They came this afternoon. And what they're doing is not right. I can never say that about Keith Mitchell. Kit Mitchell was doing that. He was meeting the people. Big Sunday morning, he come and knock your door to see how you are. You're not saying that. So I'm sorry for them. And I'm sorry for myself too. But God is good, and God will help us. Mr. Scott, you have a good night. God bless you.
Miss Matheson, you have no idea how many people are so happy to hear your voice tonight. They've been wondering. I let them know that I saw you just a few days after the hurricane while I was there, yourself and your husband. And so many people, they just wanted to actually hear your voice. Yeah, saying what is one thing, but hearing you is another.
Well, I really, really appreciate that they're really looking out for me. And I feel so grateful. I feel really grateful. Got good people around. But there is good people around. But you have some, the higher they move up to the ladder, the weaker they become. And I'm sorry to tell you, but I have to tell you. I'm speaking my mind, Mr. Scott. And I thank you. And good night to everybody in Grenada.
Let me just ask one question before you run off. What is your present situation? What happened to your home?
Well, the roof completely gone. We lost about 7 windows, and we got a big double sliding door, glass door, that completely shattered. The table in the kitchen, when the window blew open, I thought it was a bomb that go through the window. I gone deaf. Everybody gone deaf. And my daughter ran under the table, and she was screaming. And when I look back, the wind picked up the same table and knocked it against the window, right? And it broke a few glasses, but the rest, the bedroom window, it came out completely. The front window come out completely. The sliding door, the big double sliding door, the glass door, that shattered. Everything upstairs lost. Thank God I have a downstairs, so we are downstairs. But the only thing with that, before I had the toppling, the water was coming down that step into our room. When you get up to go to the bathroom, you just stepping in the water ankle deep. You just have to keep skidding in the water, but you have to go to the bathroom. So we always have to keep wiping our feet. It wasn't an easy time. I never had anything happen to us like that. Never, never, never. But God work is God work. We have to do the work what we can do as human beings and help each other in situations like this. And official people who is in business, right? Government people, they're supposed to come out and help. They have a lot of people. They want people to join together. But if we don't come out and seek them out and send people to them, these young people out there have strength. Use them. Help them, right? So they could help us. But everybody's standing there looking at us. The Samaritan woman they're saying that Carriacou people, they're lazy, they don't want to work. But I'm telling you, these people are traumatized. She said, when you ask them a question, they're just watching, yes, yes, yes. She said they're traumatized. They never seen anything like that. Some people go back to their house spot and they take a broom to sweep because they want to do something to find themselves doing something to say that this spot belongs to me. And they have to put it down because they can't do nothing. You just can't do nothing. If I go upstairs, it's broken glasses. I have to be so careful. So I'm telling you, Mr. Scott, is not easy. So Carriacou needs a lot of help. A lot of help. You as a government, you do your work. You do your work. You're paying people to do it. And if you pay people to do it, give them a chance to do it. Don't look for green and yellow. That is not on anymore. Because when we are going to the coffin, it's not green and yellow. We are people, right? And when we're dead, we are all going down in the same place. We're not looking for what flag, what green, and what yellow. That don't make any sense now. So let us do the things that is right and build up our country. We love our little Carriacou country, Carriacou and Pitimatic. We love it, right? And people outside the diaspora, they love it too. So come on, stop boasting up a man and he's not doing his work. I got a phone call from England this morning, and she said to me, when he's on the television, he's just talking. Some people believe in him, but she can't believe it because it's lies. And when she questioned me, I told her. I told her, and then she said to me about the barrel. I said, it don't make sense sending barrel because you're not sending no barrel to Nagma to tell the people this is yours and this is mine. No, This is not right, right? If my family send a barrel, the barrel belongs to me, not to Nagma. Not to say whose name is on the parcel belongs to them. That is wrong. So they better get the act together and behave like a government in action. We're not in Haiti. Please. And much money. If you hide any money, you can't find the money because the house broken down with the money lost. So tell the people, the workmen, to be nice to the people. Work justly to the people. Don't be unjust. Charge them a fair price for fair day work. They don't have to do that. What they did for me, I pay them, yes. They deserve it and I appreciate them very, very much. God bless them. But to go and meet poor people and charging them that money, they're going to exploit Carriacou people. They have to put things in order. They must put things in place to help us because it is not right what they're doing. Mr. Scott, you have a good night. Grenada, Carriacou, you have a good and blessed night.
Hannah Plenty says to make sure and tell you that she says hello and she loves you. Hannah Plenty.
Hannah, tell Hannah I say good night. I haven't heard her from a long, long time. Yes. She hear me tonight. Tell her I'm not dead, I'm alive.
Okay,
thank God for that.
And before I get in trouble when I come in Carriacou, bye-bye. But make sure you tell your husband good night for me, please.
Yes, I will.
I don't want to get in trouble. All right.
He will appreciate that. You take care and God bless you.
All right.
Bye-bye. Bye, Mr. Scott.
Yes, indeed. Folks, and you all may find that I keep on the people who are calling. You have to let the people from Carriacou voice what has been happening to them. You have to let them speak out and let people know what is taking place in Carriacou right now. Because remember, the government has already received that insurance payment that has already been paid. Yeah, I had to listen to the press conference today. I didn't get a chance to listen, but remember when the press conference was held last week, it was said within a specific period of time, which has already elapsed. So right now, that should already be paid. Yeah, that should already be paid. Nawasa has received their insurance payment of a little over $2 million US. They have received it. I hope that it is utilized properly, not only to repair the damages that have taken place in St. Patrick, the damage that has taken place in Carriacou and in Petite Martinique, not only to repair those damages, but also to build resilience against further catastrophic events. Yeah? So we hope that those funds are used properly. So where's the government in all of this though? You have teams of guys or whoever going around and charging $1,000 to put on some tarpaulin because they know people need it. Now remember, some of these people have lost their place of employment. Some of these people had businesses. I spoke to one individual who has a business, spoke to her today, and she was giving me the same story that you just heard of people that come that offered to, okay, they're going to do the upstairs for her, but then the kind of price that they were calling to do it. So where's the government in all of this? Where's the government in this aspect of things? Where is the mobilization, the so-called mobilization, not just to go and move some trees and to clean up here and there? Yes, that's important. Yes, that has to be done. But while that is being done, where are the teams of people that are going around and saying, okay, you've got tarpaulin, there's a team of 5 here that's going to put on that tarpaulin for you, and they pass in a yard and they put on 4 or 5 tarpaulins that would make people able to live in those houses again and come out of the shelter. Come on, you all can't say you don't have money to do these things and you have over 100 million. You already have over 100 million and you're hunting for more. So you already have over $100 million. Yeah? So where are the teams of people that should already be there? Whether you're utilizing people in Carriacou, which is what I would prefer, that they utilize people in Carriacou and provide some form of employment to them, instead of individual teams of people going around to try to do that. Because once the government steps in and says, okay, we have 20 teams of people that are going to be doing the tarpaulin, and so we're giving it 1 week for them to do this area, that area, and so on, the southern zone, the northern zone, wherever. Yeah? Or you have them working at different locations, whatever it takes. You cannot say you don't have the... One thing this government can say is that they don't have money. You know, the new National Party leave them well set up. It is nothing from what they have been doing. Is the new National Party leave them well set up. So they can't say they don't have money. They can't come with that excuse. They have the money. Yeah? So where are they in all of this? You telling me people that not working? You imagine, you cannot even contact your family members in the UK or the US or so on and ask them to send money down to Carriacou for you because you have no MoneyGram working in Carriacou or Western Union. So you can't even contact them. In fact, they had to send it to a relative here who then had to go and either bring it up or send it up with somebody or send it up on the boat for you. That's the only way that it's getting up there. Yeah, so all of these things are taking place. And you ask yourself, where's the government? Instead, what they're doing is they're putting out press releases like, let me see if I can pull one here. Right? 5 days ago, the government put out this press release. We'll come back to the phone lines in a little while. Right? 5 days ago, the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs, the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs put out this. Regarding, that's 5 days ago, you see it here. Right? Friday, 12th of July, 2024. And they put out this press release at 5 minutes after 4. Right? So we see that there. And it regards the Dumfries Housing Project. It says, following an assessment visit to the Dumfries Housing Scheme, it was recognized that the units in their present conditions are not suitable for living. A considerable amount of damages were sustained to the buildings during the passage of Hurricane Beryl just over a week ago. This includes roof damages, broken windows and doors, and flooded units. To get a better appreciation of the damages, a team which included Minister for Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs and Local Government, Honorable Tevin Andrews, Minister of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Honorable Andy Williams, Minister for Economic Development, Honorable Lennox Andrews, visited along with officials from the Housing Authority of Grenada. Both Ministers Andrews and Williams said the government is presently working to make the units available. And then they went on in this press release trying to defend the fact. We know it's a fact. The people themselves have said it, that the police put the people who was up there seeking shelter and security there, put them out. Or you can spin the story how much all you want. Right? Presently, Grenada Electricity Services Limited and other service providers are on site working. So this was from last week, Friday. So they show one window break day, a piece of galvanized day. Let me see. So one window, that's one door that's broken there. A piece of galvanized on one piece of roof there. Some debris and obviously some leaves and dirt and so that has been swept up against a area there that could wash down. A window break there, right? This ain't broken, just dirty. A window broken there, but that's it. So about what? 2 or 3 windows and a door. The other thing's just dirty. That's what they showed. Yeah, and this is on the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique's official page. Yeah? From 5 days ago, Friday the 12th of July, 2024, at 5 minutes after 4. Right? After that, I saw this one today. That's Wednesday the 17th of July at 26 minutes after 4. The same Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs. They post Minister Andrews commended for his leadership following the passage of Beryl. Yeah? So this is the Chinese ambassador who is visiting the houses in Carriacou. I will not try to pronounce his name and mess it up. Yeah, I won't even try to pronounce his name and mess it up. So the Chinese ambassador, he visited the housing project there. I find the windows looking pretty okay there. Right? They showed the 2 or 3 windows that broken and they ain't showing the rest. They ain't showing the inside. Yeah? So he went and he visited other places and so, because I was wondering all this time, where's the Chinese ambassador? That could have never been Madame Wu. If it was Madame Wu Pokian, I could tell you, I could pronounce her name. If it was her, I could tell you that she definitely would have been in Carriacou since the day after and that kind of thing. She was that kind of person, eh? So I was wondering where this Chinese ambassador, I know if it was to walk with the Prime Minister in St. David on his political walkabout, this Chinese ambassador finds himself there. But I thought it took a bit long. Yeah? But now, the part of this article that I found very interesting, yeah, was the section that dealt with the fact that the housing scheme, which suffered minimal damage, is now housing hurricane relief volunteers from Grenada and the Caribbean region. Remember, this is the same housing project that last week Friday they said suffered a considerable, the same ministry that told us last week, yes, last week Friday, the story was, it is not suitable. Let me put it here, conditions are not suitable for living. That is when Carriacou people wanted to go and stay in it. Conditions are not suitable for living. Not my words. These are the words of the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs last week. So last week Friday, the apartments were not suitable for living. While Carriacou people getting wet. While Carriacou people tend to a local room. Yeah? Living in a library. In the shelters every night. 30 people here, 20 people there. Jam up in a local space. No privacy, no anything. But they said that the Dumfries housing project, this is what they said last week, conditions are not suitable for living. Yeah? And it goes on to say a considerable, that's the word that they used, considerable amount of damages were sustained to the buildings during the passage of the hurricane a week ago. But all of a sudden, this week, the housing scheme which suffered minimal damage. So last week was a considerable. This week, the considerable has changed to a minimal. And it's now being used to house it. So it ain't good enough for Carriacou people. When Carriacou people want to go there, it's a considerable amount of damage and they are not suitable for living. But you could put other people there. House other people from other places there. They know they're going to a disaster zone. They know they're going to have to rough it. Yeah, if I'm going up there to do any work and I have to sleep in a tent, I have to sleep in a tent. If I have to sleep in very uncomfortable situations, if I have to rough it, I have to rough it. But I would understand that going into that territory. And I would prefer to stay outside and sleep outside to do what I have to do for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique than people who are in their 70s and their 80s and their 90s and so on, suffering and catching hell in different areas. So it's unsuitable for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. It's unsuitable. And when it was for them to get it was considerable amount of damage. Now the Chinese ambassador reached up. It suddenly turned to minimal damage. We heard the the minister of MIT when he said people, you just can't live in that place. People can't live there. We heard the minister. We heard him when he made a statement that people saying all kind of thing, like if the place good, but nobody can live inside there because there's a significant amount. What all your lie? And every day we keep showing you all this. You cannot trust anything that this government says. And it started during the campaign. It continued after the campaign. When they started about the Polish man, and up to now they cannot present the evidence. Up to now, 2 years later, they cannot produce the evidence. These people have a watch. I ain't lying, like somebody do them to lie, and the person dead. So they can't undo. Everything for them is a lie. I was playing for you all earlier. I was playing the clip I played for you all earlier. There's a reason I played that clip. I played that clip because all of a sudden we've gotten to the stage again now. And I want you all to listen carefully while I do this. I'll come back to it. In fact, let me take, oh dear, I missed a couple calls. Let me, and okay, they've hold. So let me just go over this clip and then I'm going to start to take calls again. Yeah. Now, Linda Strick asked a question here. And let's go over this question piece by piece.
Sorry about that earlier. Good morning to you and the members of the panel. My question is, the first question is to the Minister for Finance. With regard to the suspending of the escape clause, Can you tell us when that will be done and what is the period of time that will be in place for?
Well, I can say that we have had extensive dialogue and discussion at cabinet level yesterday, and we have, based on the submission, we have certain things to still fine-tune and clean up. Certainly after that, we should be able to at least take that position next Monday and be able to at least inform the general public on the way forward with some of the measures.
That is not what we were told. On the 1st of July, less than 24 hours after the passage of the hurricane, the Prime Minister of this country said to us that this individual, the Minister of Finance who is sitting there, had already started the process. Not that they will be discussing it in 2 weeks at a cabinet meeting and then they're going to finalize a week after. He said that they already contacted the different people who are owed by Grenada, who Grenada has taken out loans with, to activate the hurricane clause, which is what Ms. Straker is asking about. Now, it has changed to, because remember when the Prime Minister spoke to the British journalists, the story changed from we've already written to we are considering. So now the minister comes out and say, well, yeah, we discuss it in Parliament now, in Cabinet now, and then we're going to discuss it further at Cabinet next week. So who's lying? Because the Prime Minister said that this individual has already written to these people. And he said that he has already written to these people with an aim to activating the hurricane clause. Now we're hearing, according to what Mr. Cornwall is saying, or whether is Peace Fence or Cornwall, I don't know. Which it could be Peace Fence or Cornwall, I don't know. But what he is saying now is that they haven't done that. So the Prime Minister lied. Because even the Prime Minister is saying that he lied. But let's hear the rest of what he's saying here.
Now, within 24 hours, I think on the third news conference after burial, the Prime Minister announced that you had written to the international partners seeking a suspension of the loan agreements. Have you heard back from them, and what is the decision made with regard to that?
We have not sought a suspension of the loan agreements. What we have done is basically...
But that's what the Prime Minister told us. He told us that they sought to activate the hurricane clause, which is a suspension of paying for 24 months. That is what the Prime Minister said to us. We're going to play what the Prime Minister said in a little while. Because again, they're lying.
Interact with them and utilize the measures that we are allowed under the loan agreement to defer payments if needs be. We began the process even before burial hit us on Grenada because we were aware, based on the meteorological information, that Grenada was likely to be impacted.
So he's claiming here, the Minister of Finance is claiming here, that his government knew that Hurricane Beryl was certainly going to hit Grenada, that the information they were receiving was that Grenada would be hit. And as such, they had already started the process of contacting. But if they already knew, why did the Prime Minister jump a plane and go in Barbados? You know, a Category 3 or 4 hurricane, the strongest ever in history, is coming towards your country. And you leave and go and watch cricket. You leave the country that you are the Minister of National Security for. You're the minister with responsibility for disaster preparedness, even though you are a disaster yourself. You're the minister in charge of all ministers. But you found it necessary to jump a plane and go. But according to the minister here, you knew. You and your cabinet knew that this was coming to us. That definitely coming to us, because if you already contacting people that you owe to tell them, hey, we are about to get hit, some kind of lying taking place there.
Because we were aware, based on the meteorological information, that Grenada was likely to be impacted by Hurricane Beryl, and therefore, days before Beryl hit us, we already put things in motion to ensure.
So days before. So the Prime Minister knew that the hurricane was heading our direction and likely to hit us days before. Yet still, he still take a private flight and go over to Barbados to go and watch cricket, right? Because when I reach the Petit Martinique, and I'm speaking to someone that lost their home, lost their clothes, lost everything, and they say, well, they didn't really take the thing as serious as they should because they kept getting conflicting information in Petit Martinique about where the system was heading. And then when you look at the movements of the Prime Minister and others at that point in time, you get, my goodness. So he knew, eh? All he knew. Okay, all right. All he knew days before, right? So let's start the process days before. Oh, okay.
Extension of the loan agreements. What we have done is basically interact with them and utilize the measures that we are allowed under the loan agreement to defer payments if needs be. We began the process even before Beryl hit us on Grenada because we were aware, based on the meteorological information, that Grenada was likely to be impacted by Hurricane Beryl, and therefore, days before.
Well, maybe we have to ask the Honorable Minister, who is the we that knew? Because maybe the Prime Minister didn't know. Who is the we that knew? Yeah? Let's hear the
Beryl
rest.
hit us. We already put things in motion to ensure that we can interact with our partners at the World Bank, IMF, and other entities that we borrow from.
So what things did they put in motion? Because that would have been my follow-up question. What did you put in motion? Did you contact them and say, hey, we're about to get hit? Did the Prime Minister know that we were about to get hit? Did he think it not important to be here and to activate the activities of NADMA at the highest possible level before the hurricane hit? Because he knew that the hurricane was coming days before. Days before. According to what Mr. Cornwall is telling us, they knew days before.
Allowed under the loan agreement to defer payments if needs be. We began the process even before Beryl hit us on Grenada because we were aware, based on the meteorological information, that Grenada was likely to be impacted by Hurricane Beryl, and therefore, days before Beryl hit us, we already put things in motion to ensure that we can interact with our partners at the World Bank, IMF, and other entities that we borrow from.
All right. So that is the Minister of Finance basically telling you. So we don't know who lying, and we don't know who really cares, because, I mean, man, this is so difficult. This is so difficult. Yeah, let me see if I could find something else here. Yeah, let me see if I could find something else. Where is that? Yeah, so they knew days before. They knew. All you knew ended. All you knew. All right, all you knew.
The Prime Minister is throughout the day, and you go to Facebook, there are people who was expressing concern of him going to Barbados. Prime Minister, what would you tell the people who are concerned that you made that trip to the cricket?
I have nothing to say to them.
All right. Silent night, holy night. You have nothing to say to them. He has nothing to. He don't care what we think. Yeah, he does not care what we think.
So what would you tell the people who are concerned that you made that trip to the cricket?
I have nothing to say to them.
Yeah, that's what you had to say. Nothing. Yeah, he knew days before that a dangerous hurricane was heading towards the country of which he is the leader. He knew, according to the evidence presented in this court by the Minister of Finance. He knew, yet still he thought the cricket was more important.
Who are concerned that you made that trip to the cricket?
I have nothing to say to them.
440-737-734-7329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. Let me touch that. Look at it. Let me touch a little something there again, boy. And we have a caller online. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good evening.
I thought I would have never get through to you, man. I was trying to call for a couple, not yesterday, but Monday.
Okay.
Anyway, you see, The situation there, as you have outlined already, empathy. This government does not have no empathy. It's not sympathy. It's similar, but it's different. Look at the situation there. No, they change it. If you look at the GBN news tonight, they change it to say that families be allowed 2 barrels into the country. But I do not know if it's for Carriacou or Petit Martinique or St. Patrick's somewhere. But at the end of the day, that is what it said. Because them looking at Ralph Gonzalez's situation. Now the Grenadines Islands is divided into 2 parts. Part for Grenada, part for St. Vincent. Do not think Ralph Gonzalez just running this country just off a coincidence. The difference between Ralph Gonzalez and the little upstart down in Grenada is the little upstart down in Grenada don't hear. I want to ask you a question, Sheldon. That yesterday we look at your program and you was talking about the people from Cayman Islands and that situation. Now today on the GBN news, I saw the lady really landed. And she apparently, I think that she landed. I will ask you a question. Was Keith Mitchell down there, sir?
I have no idea. I don't want to say yes and it is not so, and I don't want to say no and it is not so. I have no idea.
Correct is right, but I will have the opportunity to say I don't think so. I think it's the opposition member from Cayman Islands that came down there. And that one, that is the Prime Minister of Grenada, and say it's not a partisanship. So that's why I asked the question, because I doubt the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell was invited down there. But he could have the audacity to tell the people this is not a political thing, it's a thing. The whole things, Sheldon, when that lady called from Carriacou, my heart bleed. And my heart hard. I have a hard heart. I have been through a whole lot, and I have a hard heart. I ain't going to take up much of your program, because I know that, time is of the essence. You established that already. I ain't got a problem with that, because I try to make it short and sweet. Yeah. But sometimes in life, you have to hear the truth. And as you say, lies is the opposite to truth. If you go and say, do a little primary school thing, lie, truth, lie. In 2024, you cannot lie to the world. Look at this shit that you can come up with. People, excuse my language, but look at what you can come up with. Listen, I'm a man from the 70s, grew up in the 80s and lived life and things. When my granduncle died in Canada, my grandmother got the news after he was buried. In this time, news does not carry on that same pace. News carry instantaneously, sir. So if the Prime Minister of Grenada think that he can play one game and do another thing and the things when the world is watching, he has a portfolio under him now. As I told you in my last contribution to this program, I am waiting to see how he conducts himself in Carriacou. When he cannot conduct himself genuinely and real to show the Grenadian people, I am with you. Look at the situation in Carriacou. I knew that was going there. I told my cousin, I said, listen, that is going straight for Carriacou. I could see the projection they went. I'm not no meteorologist, but at the end of the day, you could see it. You hear the warning. Now, up comes Mayor Morley and say, you can come over and watch cricket. And instead of him tell her, I don't think I can make it at this point. I can look at it on TV. Because he can look at it on TV. It's broadcasted all over the world. On TV, on television. He didn't have to be here in Barbados to sit down next to Mayor Morley to watch cricket. It's disrespectful to the Grenadian people. When I could hear that lady call from Carriacou and Ziggy call, them is Carriacou people. But man, Carriacou is a microscopic dot in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. To some people is not significant, but to others it is. That's why you see that lady fly down from Cayman Islands to come down to Grenada to show solidarity, because you know why? We just micro dots in the ocean. We're not no big people. So you have to interact with one another.
Caller, we're going to have to wrap now because, other calls.
Sheldon, you don't have to tell me. You know me. I'm a piece of philosopher, so I can talk real and talk the truth. And listen, my intention is just to help mankind. That's all I intend to do. And Sheldon, thank you.
All right,
thank you for your time. Yeah, I'm blessed. Have a good night, and sorry to overstay my welcome.
Thank you.
I just kicked him, man. I just kicked him.
We're going to talk. All right. Yes, indeed. We have a caller online. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Sheldon?
Yes, you're live, caller. Go right ahead.
Good night.
Good night, my dear.
I cannot, and I listen you here tonight, and I just can't understand how the people and them have. Let me ask one question. The people and them don't have $1 to put a trampoline over their house. So they sit down, where they sitting, resting their head. Where they sitting, who could do, and who can have, go to hell?
Yes, so suppose it's an elderly.
The money what come to Grenada, Atati come to help Grenada. Why these people, people have to say, I don't understand this man, Why this man don't some volunteer people go out outside there, and if you want to pay them, because right now everybody want money. Trust me, every goddamn body wants money. Pay the people and them to help the people and them in Carriacou. So in Carriacou right now is doggy dog, and everything you see on Facebook, on YouTube, and showing, and nothing and doing, huh? So the people and them just they suffering. I don't have people in Carriacou because my family do big, so I don't have family in Carriacou. But it fills me to see what going. Who saying they have to pay $1,000? Who saying they paying $500? What about the less fortunate in Carriacou now? What they doing? Where they is? What happened to them? Huh? I mean, after all, Sheldon, it is a sin. I'm telling Grenadians people, we Grenadians people, we so bloody greedy. Greedy what make us rich here and deal that kind of stress now. Greedy. We too greedy and Sheldon. Man, what? Good night to you.
All right, my dear.
Good night.
And remember, this is to put on a tarpaulin, This is not to put back on a proper roof. So me want to hear when it come to putting back the proper roof, what going to be happening. This is to attach a tarpaulin properly, because if you do not attach the tarpaulin properly, it is going to be destroyed in short order. If it is not properly tacked down and sealed and so on, it will not last long. Yeah, especially in the Caribbean with the breeze and the rain and everything, it will not last long. So it's already difficult and had been difficult to get it. Now to put it up is another issue. Yeah? And these are easy, practical things that any government that understands anything would be able to work on. These are easy things. These are low-hanging fruit.
Shannon, good night.
Good night, my dear.
You're helping Ziggy to get that generator?
We're trying to see who has a generator in the first place. That's the first thing. Who has a generator that either if somebody's willing to give one, or even if there's one for sale, a small one, because just to power up some tools. It's not to say you're going and power up a whole building. It's just to power up tools.
Yeah, because I think they are going to volunteer to help the people to put back to put on the tarpaulin on their house.
Yeah, that's what they intend to do.
I'm telling you, I don't know. Sheldon, it's sad to see how much in this crisis, in this time, that people are charging people all this money to put a tarpaulin on top the roof. And Grenadians that going up with the ice, have some sympathy. Have a bit of sympathy and remember what we passed under Ivan. And now they are in crisis. They don't have money, they don't have clothes, they don't have a home.
And you are going and charging them all this money. I mean, have some sympathy with these Grenadians people. Thank you, Sheldon.
All right. Thank you so very much, my dear. 440-737-7347-329-3101. Those are the numbers to call and get on to the inside, huh?
Get ready for the onslaught. You're mad. They think they get away off. I'm a real bad man. I was the first one to win independence from 3 times in a row. But they never even invite me to one of the independence show. They say me out, man Kelly, singing political songs like we have an ulterior motive to bring the government down. What I tell them, hold on, wait up.
And we have a call online. Hello, good evening.
Good night, Brother Sheldon.
Good night. Go right ahead.
Yeah, Brother Sheldon, I remember in the Senate of the Minister President of Tourism was saying that when he's talking about the CBI program, he's saying that Russian, Chinese, Koreans, everyone could come to get a CBI passport, right? And say they are humans, they are human beings. So I wonder, what happened with the people of Carriacou and Pitamatic, whom that was destroyed, right? The home was destroyed. They left the home in danger and running to get shelter in scheme that could have protect them and the family. They were sent back. Are they not human beings too? So if foreigners we could get money from is human beings, but the poor people that in Carriacou and Pitamatic and other places in Grenada get damaged, run in for shelter, you turn them back. You can't get money for them, so you turn them back. And this is the same people that vote for you to put in government, put in power. Now you're treating them as nobody. You don't care. And see the thing in Brother Sheldon, they don't know Carriacou now. They only walk in the street. But before the election campaign, they were going all nook and cranny of Carriacou to get the people to vote for them. There was human beings at the time, but now they are not human beings because they can't get nothing for them. People need for them. What I'm saying to the people going to Carriacou and Peter Martin, remember what they do to you. When come election, you know what to do. You know what to do because the person that cares for you will stand up with you in the good and the bad times. And when I look at the action of the Prime Minister, you know the thing like with Satan pretend that he care. He pretend he care, but when he saw danger arriving, he ran away and leadership in danger. And this is exactly what the Prime Minister did. He knew a hurricane was approaching Grenada. He get a call to go watch cricket. He could have said, no way, I'll just leave my people. I stay here and face the danger with people. Where you live and go. Brother Sheldon, this Prime Minister only care about himself. So Brother Sheldon,
thank you very much. All right. 440-737-734-7329-3101. That's the number for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program, eh?
I never sing politics, always write some sweet lyrics. So I don't know where they get this stinking idea from. Hey, somebody tell my gang a mistake they make to rock with young song. I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. They could leave me out from semi-final, that will never stop me at all. I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. They had their thing well planned to give the shanty man, so they leave out them bad man. They know that what.
We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Hello, Mr. Sheldon.
Hi, good night. You're live. Go right ahead.
I live in Manjaloo and I have a generator that could donate, but then I haven't used it in over a year, so I have to check it and make sure it works.
We have folks that can do that. Is it possible?
Okay.
Is it possible you can? Okay, what I'll do. Could you call me immediately after the program has ended?
Is the phone that same number?
Can you send me a WhatsApp on this number, in fact?
Hold on a minute. You send my WhatsApp number. Yes. This is a WhatsApp. This is an overseas number. Let me give you one here.
Okay.
My number is 405. 405. 4772.
Okay, great. I'll be in contact. Okay?
Okay, okay.
I'll be in contact immediately after the program.
Okay, all right, then. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
great. Thank you.
Bye.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Only do play. Only go down calling my voice, right? Nice, right. 440-7377. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Sheldon, a question I want to ask you.
Yes.
Who sell the hospital?
Who sell the hospital?
Yeah, the St. Kitts Mitchell.
No, it was Mr. Deacon Mitchell who recently was saying that the site of the hospital will be used for tourism development. It wasn't Dr. Keith Mitchell saying that. Wrong Mitchell. Wrong Mitchell.
When I tell him it's not Kitts Mitchell, it's Deacon Aselli Hospital, it's St. Kitts Mitchell. I know it's Deacon Aselli Hospital.
We have evidence of that. We have him on 2 occasions saying that with the construction of the new hospital, that the site that the present hospital is will be used for some sort of tourism development. The site is too good to be using it for a hospital. It should be used for tourism development. So tell them wrong, Mitchell. Get them Mitchells correct.
So one again. They say free burial. That is true?
I have heard something along that lines. As I said earlier, I had not listened to the entire press conference, so I am unaware of some of the measures that were announced. And even if it's burial, I'm not sure if it is just for the people of Carriacou or if it is a situation that it is for all Grenadians. I'm not sure.
Yeah? I want Grenadians to tell Deacon to do what he had to do before it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
We tired.
All right,
we tired get lied. We tired. Up to now, we never see a minister pass where I live in yet since the hurricane gone. My roof, what about now? When rain falling, I have to take one side on the bed and lie down.
You're in Carriacou or you're in St. Patrick?
I'm in Grenada.
St. Patrick?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
You understand? Nobody never pass. So this is the chair tell me some Red Cross people pass. You understand? Tell them do what they have to do before it's so late. I have a lot in my house to vote. A lot of them in my house to vote. Tell them I don't want them come in front of me. Don't come. I is a NNP. Good night.
All right, my dear. You campaigning, don't pass in me yard. You would not say how me dog bad. Motoke, don't pass in me yard. Someone is letting me know that NADMA has generators. Yes, we are aware that NADMA has generators. The problem has been that Ziggy not only tried to buy one, he went to NADMA and Mr. Terence Walters and the others turned him down. They did not give him a generator. Yeah, he went. He did try NADMA. We have a call online. Hello, good evening.
Sheldon.
Hi, good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm quite fine. How are you?
What are you doing?
All right, go right ahead.
What Box Bunny say? You have nothing to say or to tell them?
You have nothing to say to them?
They get a toy, man. Let them enjoy themselves with the toy. You know, when a child growing up, and a child have at 9, 10 years, the parent just about to buy a toy for them, at least the child just born. That is them now. But these fellas need help, man. They have to get together to plan the lives first because Bugs Bunny saying one, Tom and Jerry saying one. So they have to meet together and plan to lie. Because you don't know when to believe them, how to believe them, and who to believe. But they need help. And you can't get an NDC pastor to pray for them. They need help. You're doing a good job. I wish you would get, a pastor to pray for them. But you have to look for a good pastor. Yeah. Bugs Bunny say you have nothing to tell them. Sheldon, have a good night, you hear?
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much.
Take care.
All right. 440-7377. He has nothing to tell. Nothing to say, yeah? Nothing to say. And the thing is, these people are lying, thinking that probably nobody's out here listening what they said. I think they're taking this thing for a joke. Really and truly, it's like they're taking this thing for a joke. Just lying with no need or necessity. You think the Prime Minister had to go and say that how the Minister of Finance has already written? No, because you want to seem like he's so proactive and that they are getting stuff done that he went and he lied. He went to the Grenadian people and he lied. when he spoke about giving permission for the houses. Now remember, the Prime Minister is the one that said he gave permission for the houses in Carriacou. And then the Minister said that people already living in the houses. Now we're seeing from the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique is not Grenadians, is not, let me don't say Grenadians, it is not the people of Carriacou who are occupying that facility, but it's other people. If you're going in a disaster zone, I remember when CPEP Swim Call, the people from Trinidad came up here and they put up camp. These were the people that came. You remember there were any blue uniforms? Some people used to say they're prisoners. But they were not prisoners. But the people that came up in the blue uniform and they went around the island cleaning up different areas and so on. Yeah, they came with a chainsaw and the weed eater and they clean up different zones. They would attack a zone and clean that zone and open up a road here and so on. And when they came, they didn't go for any housing project. They didn't go into any hotel and thing and say, well, okay, this section good, we go in and stay there. They came, they set up tents in Old Trafford. They pitched some tents in Old Trafford and they lived in those tents for the couple months that they were here. They stayed in those tents. That's where they operated from. They lived in those tents. So don't give the impression that way people, oh, because they come in and you must utilize the housing project for them. What about the elderly people in Carriacou who need a place? What about the pregnant people? Or the single mothers? The same single mothers he was talking about when he was talking about the current housing scheme. What about the other housing schemes? Yeah, he ain't nothing about those things, isn't it? Yeah, because Carriacou people don't count for these people. They don't count. Yeah? 440-7377. Let me loose the line. 440-7377. 347-329-3101. I know all you want to know. Yeah, let me play it there for all you. Let me get a little thing again.
Get ready for the onslaught. You're mad. They think they get away off. I'm a real bad man. I was the first one to win independence from 3 times in a row. But they never even invite me to one of the independence show. They say me out, man Kelly, singing political songs like we have an ulterior motive to bring the government down. What I tell them, hold on, wait a while. I will let political vampires grab my style. They could take a look at all my independent songs. I never sing politics, I will write some sweet lyrics. So I don't know where they get this stinking idea from. Hey, somebody tell my Macaroni gang a mistake they make to rap with young song. I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. They could leave me out from semi-final, that will never stop me at all. I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. They had their thing well planned to give the shanty man, so they leave out them bad man. They know they go take the crown, up the Paris set, so they make a big man wet. They say that we ain't good, we can't eat that yellow food. Hey! Walk to them.
Yes, indeed, the phone lines remain open 440-7377 and 347-329-3101.
I'm a real bad man. It's all the show of failure that living down by me. Well, one day he disrespect me because I asked him for my money. Then he went up in the ministry when he was in charge of culture. And he gave them strict instruction, don't give me no one for Carriacou. Somebody tell me stop study for me. Carriacou weekend when I made the most money.
Wait. Tell Mr. Who for you? Tell Mr. Study for me? Yeah, that's what you're talking about there? Somebody tell Mr. Study for me.
I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. They could leave me out from semi-final, that will never stop me at all. I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. They had their thing well planned to give the shanty man, so they leave out them bad man. They know they go take the crown, up the Paris set, so they make a big man wet. They say that we ain't good, we can't eat that yellow food. Hey! Walk to them. It was disrespectful. I'm a real bad man. It's all the show of failure that living down by me. Well, one day he disrespect me because I asked him for my money. Then he went up in the ministry when he was in charge of culture. And he gave them strict instruction, don't give me no one for Carriacou. Somebody tell me stop study for me. Carriacou weekend when I made the most money. Because when I roll up to midnight, clean Toyota, I drop people
We have a call online. Hello, good night. Hello.
Hello, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Good night. How are you doing?
I'm quite fine. How are you doing?
I calling from Nevis, man. I listen to your program, man. I don't like how they shooting Carriacou people, you know. I from Grenada.
Man, it's like Carriacou people is nobody to these people.
No, I don't like what's going on with Carriacou and people, man. What they doing the people and them? What they have to do? They have to vote out this government, and when election come, they have to get them out of power. They can't treat the people like that.
Yes, indeed, my brother. Yes, indeed.
Man, I totally don't like that. What I hear, and I listen to your program right through. I listen to your program.
And everything we are saying, we can prove. Everything we're saying, we can prove. They cannot say that what we showed on the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs page is not there. We showed it. We were able to play what they said. They can't say we're not talking the truth.
I totally don't like what's going on with Carriacou and Petit Martinique. I don't like that at all, you know. Anyhow, have a wonderful night. I'll listen to your program, okay?
All right. Thank you so very much.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I just pick up, after listening to the song this time, I finally pick up, somebody tell Mr. Study for me. Carifta weekend, I make the most money. I make real US dollars. I never sell Yolan or Roland McQueen car. Yeah, but that man had lyrics in that thing like rain. Let's go to the phone line before I go back to the song. Hello, good night.
Hi.
Hi, good night, sir. Hi, good night to you.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out something. Is NADMA a disaster management agency or a relief agency?
They're supposed to be a disaster management agency.
Huh?
They're supposed to manage prior, during, and after disaster. That's part of their mandate.
But that is why nothing going on, because they're trying to be a relief agency. That's why no disaster management is taking place up there. That is why.
Indeed.
Okay.
I understand where you're coming from. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, cool.
All right, blessings. And that caller is making a very valid point, eh? A very, very valid point. You have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hey, good night. How are you? No problem.
I didn't hear when Deacon was campaigning, he said that nobody cannot tell him what to do. So he doing no matter the pastor pray for him, the pastor can't tell him what to do. He doing what he might tell him to do. Deacon have no love for people. No love for people in Grenada, for the whole of Grenada. It's time for Deacon and them stop the choppiness and lying, give people, and then they're rating up Andy self. What Andy doing so? And they only going and watch place and only thing and attacking and then doing nothing. That's all I have to say for tonight.
All right, my dear.
Okay.
And we have a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello.
Good night.
Hi, good night.
Yeah. I think the first thing the government should have done, they should have go up Carriacou and have a survey and look for the people who need a little tent or a tarpaulin. They get enough money. You know, Grenada have tent and tarpaulin selling. Trinidad, not St. Vincent, but Trinidad. And, I think Trinidad might have enough tents and tarpaulins going further. So I think they should do that so that everybody could get something over their head. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so very much. And folks, what I will do though is I'll finish 5 minutes early so I could give you the two songs back to back in full. Yeah, because I kind of picking up bits and pieces of them songs. I must play the small axe side. That small axe bad. And that young song is bad. Yeah, I must give you them two songs at the end. I will make sure and play them back to back. So I will wrap 5 minutes early to make sure you get them two songs and them in full. All right. Yes, but for the time being, 4407377. You know, we have to ask ourselves a question as well. Huh? We were promised by the Prime Minister of this country that the Marketing and National Importing Board would re-emerge as a new organization in June. We're in July, halfway through July right now. That they would re-emerge as a new entity. Now, folks, listen to this. With the damages that have been going on with the farmers and so on from Hurricane Beryl, that there has been significant damage to the agricultural sector. And we're not just speaking about Carriacou and Petit Martinique here. No, we're speaking about a lot of trees went down in St. Patrick. A lot of folks nutmeg trees, plantain, banana, all of those things went down. People cocoa trees, different things. So that at this stage, if you had a marketing and national importing board, you could have worked along with them and the Ministry of Agriculture to provide markets for the farmers who still have, and to provide avenues now the farmers would know when you're replanting, these are what is needed on the market. So therefore you plant and so on, because farmers reduce. A lot of farmers reduce what they were putting out in the first instance because the marketing board was no longer there to take it. So if you was doing 20, you do 10. Because the marketing board is not there to take the other 10 off your hand if you can't sell 10. So farmers reduced in what they were doing because there's less of a market for it. And now those farmers have been hit and some of them have been wiped out. You're not hearing much about it, but you also, the same way you ain't anything about where's the $50, the same way you're not hearing anything about the Marketing and National Importing Board, both of which were supposed to put in an appearance of worship in the month of June. I'm practicing for court. No appearance of worship. Nice? Yeah. For the month of June. Both of them have not appeared. So we have to ask ourselves those questions, and not just ourselves, but we're hoping that when opportunities avail themselves again, that these questions are asked of those in authority. Yeah? 4407377. And let's say a special good night to you, Auntie Kiami. Yeah, we're saying a special good night to you. Hope everything is going all well. And I know I saw you today, but just making sure everything is going all well and okay with you. Yeah, and as the caller said, maybe because they're focusing on relief instead of disaster management. Two different things, eh? Relief distribution and disaster management are two different things. So you're focusing on trying to stand up on every grain of salt instead of trying to focus on how you have the person who you're giving the grain of salt have a place to store it. Yeah? So you understand where the caller was going from when they say this, they focus too much on the relief and not disaster management. Yeah? So I understand where he's coming from. An excellent point. All right, folks. 4407377 34739. All you tell Mr. Study for me. Young song. Go ahead, man. When I see you, I'll get you a bottle of water to drink her down. No, we're drinking Mount Pure. What I mean with I drinking Mount Pure. I don't care what they say. I drinking it. It's local. So we drinking Mount Pure. Folks, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to wrap. And I'm going to give the opportunity for you all to hear the two songs back to back. Folks, so we will be on tomorrow night, of course, and on Thursday night. We're still unsure about if we're doing a Friday night this week, considering the events of this week with myself. We're not sure if we will be doing the Friday night forum this week. It's all according to how things go. So, folks, that's it for tonight. And everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Let me get all the tune, man. I started with the small axe and we will come down to the young song.
Take it to a different level. Tell the can stop all the makiki and go have on the country. For those who don't understand, everything is a gala, van is gala and no gala. Be a gala in Miami, also in New York City, gala in Toronto, even London also is gala and no gala. But while they dining, partying and they having fun, some people don't know where the next meal coming from. People dying while they fetting, and the authority don't care nothing. Everything is gala. We had the best prime minister. Everything is gala. They even praising his sleeper. But I say I must confess, nowadays I cannot rest. I suffering with gala stress. Hey, do da 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 da. Hit it up. Hey, hey, hey. I tell you, big increase in gun crime, still EPM going online. Well, this is the nation cry. He don't care who live or die, but gala, and go gala. People panic, they afraid to sleep. Country lacking leadership. Some searching for answer. Not one word to the media, but gala, and go gala. But while they dining, partying, and they having fun, we shooting one another with gun. People dying, well they fetting, and to the authority that's nothing. Everything is gala. We are the best prime minister. It's to hear them gala. They even praising his sleepers. But I say I must confess, nowadays afraid to rest. I suffering with gala stress. Get ready for the onslaught. Your mother, you think they get away with? I'm a real bad man. I was the first one to win independence from 3 times in a row. But they never even invite me to one of the independence show. They say me Outsman Kelly singing political songs like we have an ulterior motive to bring the government down. But I tell them, hold on, wait a while. I will let political vampires grab my style. They could take a look at all my independent songs. I never sing politics, always write some sweet lyrics. So I don't know where they get their stinking idea from. Hey, somebody tell my colleague a mistake they make to rap with young song. I'm in town real long, I know what is going on. They could leave me out from semi-final, that will never stop me at all. I'm in town real long, I know what is going on. They had their thing well planned to give the shanty man, so they leave out them bad man. They know they go take the ground, up the Paris set, so they make a big man wet. They say that we ain't good, we can need that yellow food. Hey! Walk to them. It was disrespectful. All in labeling man. I'm a real bad man. It's all the show of failure that living down by me. Well, one day he disrespect me because I asked him for my money. Then he went up in the ministry when he was in charge of culture. And he gave them strict instruction, don't give me no for Carriacou. Somebody tell Mr. Study for me. Carriacou weekend, well, I made the most money. Because when I run out in me nice clean Toyota, I drop people all over. I call like US dollar, but I never make my body roll under my queen car. Hey, somebody tell this banger wrong. I'm mistaking me to with young song. I'm in town real long, I know what is going on. I want him to explain to the people how we got his driver's license. I'm in town real long, I know what is going on. You take them people land and try to be love but stand, and then you walking wrong like you with some big badge. And when puzzle pull the barricade, you fly up in a rage. That's why baby Jesus, he got you ignorant. Hey, whoa, up to him for the wrong things. Wrong man to deal with. I'm a real bad man. I know some people will never like the fire that I'm spitting out. So all who can stand the heat, just come and boss me in me mouth. As when scholar running up in mouth and keep me chill and NNP. Like system set all you that be jumping and clapping for you. Some people bad when they don't hate just for the lie. I got they don't do anything to me so wrong and right. So right now I really don't give a damn what critics say. I come with the gun blazing, I don't spend anything. So nobody cannot tell me what the hell to sing. Hey. When keep me chasing passport, they want to strangle him like a goat. I'm in town real long, I know what is going on. No passport selling more than rum in shop. I don't hear nobody talking about that. I'm in town real long, I know what is going on. Bullets flying like butt, but I don't hear in a word from the the commissioner, neither the prime minister. Everybody mouth and lock. No one is afraid to talk. Right now I will say it blunt, all you hypocrite money boy. Ah, hell collect real CBI money boy. But I hear most of it outside there. I like about to say, is in Dubai. You see right now?